Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 7th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the foundation sets 1 through 9 that we're going to work on this morning. All of them probably, I think, when we get started, find out. The focus for class this morning, I want to put on 2 different kinds of things that are related. First one is listening. Ting. In Tai Chi, 我们叫听者, listening strength, listening skill. And the other one is becoming light and becoming heavy. The physical adjustment of the weight is something that athletes do. It's anybody that's up and moving is going to adjust their weight. There are times when you need to be heavier, there are times when you need to be lighter. When you're going up, it's better to be light than it is to be heavy, right? So we're going to pay a little bit of attention to this idea as we practice our Qigong sets this morning, because we also work on this skill. It's an important skill, particularly for the exercises that go up and down. All right, so let's get started. This is me sipping coffee in the corner before we get started. I have something I've been working on, and I did some work on it yesterday, and I'm very happy with that. And I'm going to do some more work on it, and I'm not quite ready to say much more about it than I'm working on it, and I was working on it this morning as well. Feet about shoulder. We're going to do a basic stretch this morning. Feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees. Wiggle the toes. Open the arms. Wiggle the fingers. Hand circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along center line. Reach up. Stretch out over the legs. Roll up through the back. Smile. Seriously. Do one more. Pull up as you stretch out over the legs. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Listening skill. What's your body telling you? Sometimes it's fairly quiet, sometimes it might be shouting. My shoulders are telling me that I sat at my desk far too long yesterday. Right? I paid attention and relaxed this muscle right through here so that my shoulder back here could relax, so that my arm right here could relax. That ability to listen is part of what we want to pay attention to right now. The first exercise began extreme emptiness, this very easy, simple exercise. Listen as you're moving. Are your knees happy? Are they not happy? What about your feet, your shoulders? Any tension? Something that feels comfortable? Something that feels good? Both need to be paid attention to. If it's something that doesn't feel good, either don't do it or correct it. If it's something that does, obviously you want to repeat that. Feet about shoulder width apart. Pull up through the crown of the head. Ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. Breathe in. Pull up. Focus the breath. Bend the knees, sink, press down. Pull up through the back and down the front. Listen to your breath. Is the breath smooth and continuous, relaxed and full? Is your movement smooth and continuous, relaxed and full? Breathe in, smile, breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in. 2 more times. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And separate. Down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Open the back. Breathe out. All right. Relax for a second. We're going to do the same exercise. And we're going to add this idea of heavy and light, or reverse it, light and heavy. So, as we're moving, up and down, right? The raising movement, make it light. The lowering movement, make it heavy. What do I mean by make it light? All right. As we come up, this idea of using the breath, inhale, allow the breath to help you go up, right? In dance we call it ballon, the balloon, the ability to go up, all right? That idea that we see it in basketball, the people that can jump half their height or more, yeah, they have this, they do. Track and field folks, gymnastics people, everybody has this sense of, I'm going to now make myself late. Okay, so this is not something that I just invented. Okay, this is a real common thing. We want to use it in our practice so that when we should be paying attention to syncing and connecting and rooting, we are making ourselves heavy. When we should be paying attention to drawing the energy up through the body and extending it, we're making ourselves light. The difference between light and disconnected is substantial, okay? So the sense of being light is also the sense that, I'm going to use dance because that's my experience again, the sense that a dancer has when, and normally it's she, but I've seen male dancers lift each other, so the person being lifted, right? Part of the reason that it was traditionally she was because of the clothing and because A man has more strength in their upper body. A woman has generally a smaller physique. So you could get somebody that was very small who can dance well and is easy to lift. She can go up. That skill, as you go up, the idea is you want to make yourself light so whoever's lifting you doesn't have to really work at it. I'm going with, I want to go up. That sense of being light. Feet about shoulder width apart. Ladies, right hand on the outside, gentlemen, left hand on the outside. As we breathe in, make yourself light. As we breathe out, make yourself heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen to your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Light, yet still connected. And breathe out. Heavy. Sink. Open the back. 2 more. Smile. Last time, breathe in. Hands separate. Press down along both sides. Pull up to the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. This combination of things that we're working on this morning, as well as this idea of smiling, that smile, any one of them, all right, is part of what we want to cultivate in our practice. It also has a side effect, that is to help us physically relax. If we're smiling, it's very hard to hold tension. If we're trying to do something that's more difficult, that requires concentration, that requires self-criticism. Am I even close? What am I doing here? What am I supposed to pay attention to? What is this listening thing, right? The more we can relax, the easier it is to begin to develop that understanding. Okay, so the point over here, I have no idea what she's talking about. Yeah, well, I kind of understand what she's saying, but it's not making a lot of sense to me. I don't feel it. Oh, well, I kind of felt that. So, oh, now that makes sense now. Oh, okay. Well, of course. That's absolutely rough. What else? That progression? I don't know where folks are on that line of understanding. Depending on where you are, this is either making a lot of sense or you're shaking your head and going, no, I don't know what she's doing. We're going to do it again. Excuse me. Pushing the mountain. Breathe in. Make yourself light. Breathe out. Sink. And set behind your heels. Okay, so this has to go back just a little bit, because it's the only way we go all the way down. If this is here, where my hands are, here's my hands, here's my hips, not going all the way down, not going to happen. The hip has to open, and almost as if you're looking for a chair behind you. Almost. Alright? So, just a little bit back. Keep the front of the leg more straight. Pull up here. Yeah, there's work in this one, yes. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Hands at your sides. Wiggle fingers. Wiggle the toes. Breathe in. Smile. Breathe out. Breathe in. Press forward. Sit back just a little bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Pay attention to the abs. Pay attention to the front of the hips. Pull that tight. Open the leg. Breathe in. Light. Breathe out. Heavy. Sink. Pull up. Breathe in. Press out. Sink into it. Hold through the center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen to what your body is telling you. Listen to your breath. Keep the breath smooth and continuous. Use that to keep the movement smooth and continuous. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Light. Pull up. And sink. Pull in through the torso. Sink through the back. Pull in. Press down. Last time. In. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, relax for a second. I'm going to turn this. There's a fan up here and I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Hang on 1 second. Eye drops, coffee, yes. The good part about my having worked on this stuff that I'm doing is that I worked on it. The not so great was I was up until late and I got up really early and my eyes are really tired. So, doesn't matter. That's why we have coffee and eye drops. Okay. As as we practice this next exercise, we're going to actively use, we kind of passively use this idea of making yourself light. Now we're actively going to use it. As we go up and down, wild goose flying, sink, make yourself light. Sink, heavy, right? And as we do this, paying more attention to the idea of heavy and light than you pay attention to up and down. We want that motion, but as we're doing it, I stand here and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to bring my arms up, and then I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to sink down, and then I'm going to straighten my knees, and don't think about that. Think, I'm light, I'm heavy. Keep that sense as we practice. Feet about shoulder width apart. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down, bend the knees, sink, light, heavy. Settle in through the legs, and light, heavy. Make that change coordinated with the movement. So that it's a gradual change, not a sudden, abrupt change. I'm all of a sudden lighter or heavier. Keep it connected. Sink through the tailbone, bend through the hip, just behind the heel. Heavy, light. Listen to what your body is telling you about the position of your body. What is easy, what is not. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Palms up. Breathe in. Hands down on both sides, pull up to the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. Breathe out. This light, heavy connection. I'm going to skip a couple of sets, and we're going to hold the ball. Right? Hold the ball. In paying attention to what am I doing? Where should my weight be? How should my weight be? Huh? This is what we've just done. Where should my weight be and how should my weight be? Well, I should be heavy here, I should be lighter up here, right? As we move in different directions, we sink and open, so that at the end of the movement, we're as light as we're going to get. That part of the extension depends on connecting through the whole body so that we sink to come up. I'm exaggerated that just a little bit, but that is exactly the idea that we're working on right now. So this here, sink and open, that's what we want. As we're breathing, pay attention, this idea of listening to the breath. Listen to how you are breathing, so that this is, listen to my own breath, yeah. Listen to your breath. The breath should be full and extended. Well, I want to say well formed, but it doesn't translate really well. The idea is that each breath is full and complete, that it's using the full form, the full capability through the lungs. Open the back. You can breathe through the back, not through the front. Okay? Diaphragm drops down, lungs open. Right? That coordination. Pay attention to how the body coordinates with the breath. Listen to the breath. Don't listen to your body unless it's creaking, and then if it hurts, don't do it. If it doesn't hurt, keep trying. All right? Ward off, pull down. Feet about shoulder width apart. Tension back here. All right? Gone now. I was listening. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Shift to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. And come back to center, breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Breathe in. Light. Breathe out. Sink. Extend. Everything is heavy, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open the back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Something I had to talk about in this. We'll finish the set first. Open through the back. Sink. Open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Follow the breath now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend through the back. Pull in. Center. Sink. Heavy. Light. Heavy. Pull in. And center. Sink. Open. Come back to center. Open. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, I have just given the exercise where we're here, breathe in, settle down, sink, right? Breathe out. The instruction I gave at the beginning, that this should be light, yeah, but the extension here can't be light. It should appear light. And I know that's contradiction, it sounds like one. As this opens, it's not tense, but the strength that I want to use for this opening has to come from sinking, settling, and being more solid. This is not light. The appearance of lightness comes from partly the coordination and partly the inner strength, as well as being connected through the whole body, so that this doesn't appear forced or uncoordinated with what the rest of the body is doing. The idea of open, of this ballon that we just talked about, and I just talked about, as I breathe in, pull up, sink, so that I can come up. Right here, this movement, if I've used this correctly, this sinking sets up the movement of my arms, right? It starts from back here, not from here. Okay, so it doesn't start from the hands, it starts from the back. That same idea here as this hand extends, or this hand, whichever one's going up, the idea behind needs to be more connected with that sense of ballon, that sense of pulling up, extending through the movement. We're not, in this case, let me put it another way. In this case, we're not trying to jump. We want to go in a direction, right? That opening to go one direction or another, that needs to be both firm and light at the same time. Sink, open. Not that exaggerated a physical movement. That's sink, open. That's your internal movement. Let's do this one more time. Pay attention to here. This settles and has the sense of being light and buoyant. And I can go up and down, right? I don't want to. We don't do that in the move, right? Set. That sense of being solid and being light at the same time. Listen to what your knees are telling you. Pay attention to your mid-back and the lower back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. And open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Down through the legs, out through the arms. Sink. Now come on. It's not the physical movement that changes place. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Stay connected. Keep the movement open and light. Sink into it as you extend. Connect the upper body and the lower body as you turn. Use the heel. Pay attention to where your weight is centered. Listen to what your hips are telling you. Smile. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Relax through the shoulders. Open the back. Don't think about moving the hands. Think about opening the back. Connect it with the breath. Last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. If we pay attention to the, I have my error message over here, wrapping up, so it's going to be okay. If we pay attention to the opening in the back, keeping the shoulders down, using the muscles across the back, my hands don't reach up across there, right? If we pay attention to using these muscles through the back as we're breathing, we gain the ability to use those muscles in movement. So the last 2 sets that we just did, I didn't pay attention to any of this. From about here down, I wasn't paying attention to it. I was paying attention to the set of muscles that crosses in the mid-back, just below the shoulders. Each time I took a breath, that expansion, contraction, worked my arms. That sense of being able to find those muscles. A skill, it's listening skill. We have to listen to what our body is telling us. We have to know where those muscles are. It's not magic. I studied my anatomy book. What's this muscle group? I'm not real good at the names, but I'm pretty good at the locations. That ability to look inside and be able to connect with what your body is doing, it's not mine, it's yours, is one of the skills that we want to develop. If we don't listen, we can't find it. This sense of becoming light, becoming heavy. As I move up, as I breathe in, I'm lighter. As I breathe out, I'm heavier. Extends through. Breathe in, breathe out. As I breathe in here, sink, but I'm also ready to do several things. This side as well. All right, breathe in, pull in, breathe out. This movement has a quality of lightness about it. It's not stiff, it's not forced. And it comes from the mid-back. The more simple the exercise, the easier it is to pay attention to some of these other things. We want all of this in each and every practice. Let's a few more. All right? That, take it apart, practice slowly, develop the skill, and then put it back into further practice is the process by which we get from, I really don't understand what she's talking about, to, well, of course it is. Okay? I will be back tomorrow with the advanced sets, and I'm going to take another look at the equipment, see what I can do with that. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you.